Hi guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about woke teachers and specifically this viral video going around of a trans woman who wore huge fake prosthetic breasts to school in front of minors, and apparently that's totally appropriate according to the school. So I want to talk about that. I also want to look at some other TikToks of woke teachers. But before we get into it, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I'm gonna look up the video because I've only seen the pictures, are shocking enough, but we gotta look at the videos as well. Taken by the student in this high school, which is in Canada.
Funny. Yes, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird.
This is Oakville High School, that's the name. So apparently this teacher came out as trans very recently. And this is what this individual thinks a woman looks like. And this is another statement.
To ensure a safe and inclusive environment for all students, staff, and the community, regardless of race, age, ability, sex, gender identity, gender expression, sexual orientation, ethnicity, religion, cultural observance, socioeconomic circumstances, or body type/size, end quote.
What about that was welcoming? You think the students felt safe and welcomed when they entered the classroom that day? I know I wouldn't. If I walked into the classroom and I saw that, I would run out of there. I would not sit down. I would not be there. I'm sorry, but that is weird. That is so weird. This adult male is showing off his fetish in front of minors. What is safe? What is caring? What is welcoming about it? I mean, at what point are people going to start saying, no, this is just not right? Because everyone is so scared of being canceled. I think this person meant to go to RuPaul's Drag Race and went to school by accident, because this really feels like a costume. I bet what's going on in his head right now, I think he believes that he's in the Satisfaction music video by Benny Benassi, like using all these tools and stuff. I bet he thinks he looks great. And I'm trying to think, what could the left possibly say to defend this, right? What are they gonna say? Probably that this person needs to dress this way to alleviate the gender dysphoria that they experience. But my question is, if this was a cisgender woman doing this, right? Not trans, would it still be fine? No. Like, she would get dress coded because there's a dress code. Even in the school, they have a dress code. And even forget about the prosthetics for a second. I know that's kind of impossible, but let's focus on the shorts too, and like the super tight shirt. That's also part of like the dress code. And the person from the school board, he said that the dress code applies to the students, so it doesn't apply to the teachers. But that's so weird. I also find this especially disturbing because the teachers are allowed to come into school with this, hypersexualized costume of a woman, while the students, and like the dress code does not apply to the teachers, but the students have to cover up. Like if there's a female student, like a minor, she could get dress coded because, I don't know, she's wearing a tank top or her shoulders are showing, right? So a minor wearing a tank top is more distracting than an adult male with these comically large fake breasts, right? That's so disturbing. Not to mention, this is quite literally making a mockery of the trans community. This would be called sexist once upon a time. Female teachers have to wear loose clothing and cover everything up, while a biological man who just has to claim that he's trans can go into school looking like this. Can you imagine a transfer student going into the classroom and seeing that? Someone that's not used to the wokeness in America or in Canada in this case. Like, I can't even imagine what they would think. And it's a good thing I didn't experience this back in high school, because I would get kicked out of class for uncontrollable laughter. If you tell me not to laugh at something, I'm gonna laugh at it. And I bet these students were told that it's the respectful thing to do to, take this seriously and pretend that this is fine and this is normal. So no, like I could not do it. I remember I think it was my first year of uni, we had online classes and we had to go around and like unmute ourselves and say our name and our pronouns. And we were doing this. I was like, hi, I'm Misha, she, her. And then a student goes, yeah, I'm blah, blah, blah. Z-Zem or Z-Zer, something like that with like a Z. And I had to like cover my camera. Like I had to, And I was laughing because this is so ridiculous. I was thinking to myself, there is no way you guys are all taking this seriously. Like, we're going to refer to this obvious girl as a Zazer. It's comical at this point. And this individual, I think this person is ill because he had to get up, put all of that on, walk into the classroom, and at no point in his day did he think, oh, this is a little weird. Like, this is completely inappropriate. And the fact that he never once thought that it was creepy or it could make the students uncomfortable, the minors. Before we keep talking about this, I just want to say that for everyone saying that this isn't going on in schools, so people that are very left-leaning tend to say, like, especially when I made my video about why I left my university and the left in general, people like to say, no, this is a very, rare case, exaggerating things. I bet it's really not that bad. This never happens. I am trying to be very understanding. Think about where those people are coming from, because I used to be part of that woke mob, okay? And I understand that these videos and these stories are hidden from you, especially by the YouTube algorithm and any social media. You're not getting this. You're not seeing this. You're seeing, oh, I was attacked on the train because I was gay, or I was attacked because I'm trans, or I'm oppressed because I'm this, or I'm, blah, 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 blah. And listen, both things can happen simultaneously. Okay, so someone can be discriminated against because of their gender or because of their sexuality. That's true, it happens, unfortunately. But at the same time, there is woke indoctrination going on in schools. If you bring these stories up, you're labeled a bigot. So that's why people don't like to talk about it when you're surrounded by your leftist friends. People need to know who is teaching their children, what kids are being exposed to. Literal kindergartners are having to listen to teachers discuss their pronouns. And we know this because actual teachers are going on, social media apps like TikTok and talking about what they're teaching students. So this isn't coming from some, conservative person making it up. There are actual liberal teachers coming on these apps and talking about what they are teaching students, because the education system is already so bad, in America. So the fact that we're focusing on everything except teaching kids and, raising intelligent people, this is what we focus on? How Sally goes by Zayzem? Why? Who actually cares? Teachers are doing everything except teaching students what they are there to learn. Politics and this gender ideology. Why do students need to be exposed to this? And without parental knowledge, the parents have no idea. There are TikTokers, again, who go online and talk about how they use a certain, set of pronouns for students in the classroom, and then a different set of pronouns when referring to the student with the parents. So the parents don't know if, let's say, the student is transgender or if the student is gay or whatever. So they hide everything from the parents. They have this very close relationship with the student, and they use their own pronouns with them. That is so strange. Even using MX, mix instead of Mrs. or Mr., confusing kids. And with teachers coming out as gay or whatever, why do students need to know who their teacher is sleeping with? And why do teachers want to know who the children are sleeping with or want to sleep with? Because they have these discussions about gender identity and about sexual orientation, which I find so weird. Why are students encouraged to share details about their sex lives with the teachers? Also, you would have to be pretty close with your teacher to feel comfortable doing that. I want to point out that these teachers are, activists, right? And I think they're just so narcissistic that normal gay people see that. There's a great account called Gays Against Groomers, and they bring attention to this.
The district intends to teach transgenderism to children under the age of 10 without parental consent, and they should be teaching science, math, and language. Instead, teachers are hiding student pronouns from their parents under the guise of gender affirmation. Men cannot become women, and sex chromosomes are encoded into the fabric of our DNA. Parents must be a part of the education process when teaching sexuality to students, and it definitely doesn't need to happen under the age of 10 years old.
Because again, normal gay people or bi people or whatever, they just want to live their lives. They don't want to go on this really messed up mission to try and educate students on their identity Okay, like no normal person wants to do this. This also reminded me of that video, Modern Education. I think it was in like 2015. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it is so accurate, and it's not even like satire anymore. It's just exactly what's going on.
But isn't this a maths class?
Don't be so racist.
I just asked a question.
We don't ask questions. Questions are offensive.
Yeah!
Like I said, you can be in math class. I've experienced this, and you have to talk about some inequality that the marginalized group is facing in a math class. Or, you know, you have to tiptoe around everything because you're afraid of getting canceled.
And when I use the term straight, I don't mean to offend any persons of a non-traditional sexual preference. And when I use the term non-traditional, I don't mean to offend any persons who oppose historically normalized...
Okay, I get it.
Simon, unfortunately, you're straight, white, and male.
And cisgender.
Yes, so that's -4 privilege points.
I'm gay, I'm trans, I'm Asian, I'm overweight, I'm lower class, I'm unintelligent, unattractive.
You didn't even spell equality correctly.
We don't discriminate.
This has nothing to do with mathematics.
Feelings are more important than facts.
Yeah!
This is wrong. You're all crazy.
Stop violating me with your different opinions.
I have the right to speak my mind.
No, we have the right not to be offended.
And that's more important.
So I just came out to my students. I know they love me, and a few of them clapped, which was...
Videos like that, it makes you think, oh my god, this is like Tumblr. Everybody clapped. Everybody clapped. It just sounds so weird. Why do these teachers need the approval of children? Like, you're that insecure with yourself and your identity that you need children in your classroom to clap for you when you come out? Why do you have to go around telling the entire world who you want to sleep with? In their minds, I believe they might be thinking, oh, I'm just raising awareness and these kids might be more accepting. I'm sure some of them, you know, have like good intentions, but why record it?
Kids coming out as trans.
That means it's a teacher that's kind of not a guy and not a girl, like somewhere in between. But that's why it's MX, so Mix Chavez, that's where that comes from. I know some of you were a little confused, some of you came and talked to me about it. I'm actually trans, so I'm not a tomboy, I'm trans.
You're taping it and putting it online because these people want attention and they want to be applauded for this. They think this is an act of bravery to come out to children and talk about their sexual identity. I think it's all very narcissistic.
I never tell parents, period. On their survey at the beginning of the year, when it asked for preferred name and pronouns, it also asked for what you want me to refer to as when I call home and what pronouns to use. Even if someone told me I couldn't do that and I couldn't call them whatever they want or the pronouns they want without parent permission, I would still do it.
I don't understand how these teachers are allowed to teach if they're just simply breaking the rules left and right. Like, you just wonder what the next generation is going to look like if this is what we're teaching them in school. So anyway, I think despite if you're left or right or whatever, this should just be common sense that schools should be a place where you're learning essential knowledge and not constantly talking about sexual orientation or gender identity. Can we agree? I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it because people are defending this nonsense. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and follow me on Instagram, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.